Okay, so here's why a man gets triggered by obsession. I got a bunch of things to tell you, and today we're going to be talking about that. So we're going to find out what actually triggers a man obsession. So your first thing, when you're dating a guy, you're dating a man, you want to trigger his obsession, you want to make him obsessed with you, you want that he actually falls in love with you, you want to be courted, you want him to date you. In case you don't know me, I'm Fred Picchianti or Federico Picchianti. I'm an Italian dating and relationship expert, and I'm actually also talking in English today. So, yeah. So, first of all, what you have to be thinking about is that when you're overly available, well, you're subconsciously telling a man that you're actually devaluating your presence. So this is the first keynote or takeaway you want to take from this video, is that a man always reacts to detachment, and you have to use detachment on your advantage. Okay? So every time a man sees that you're very, very present in his life, and that means over texting, oversharing, and also with your body language, you're showing that you're super, super available. Well, that's gonna show him that you really care, and that's gonna just push him away. So he's gonna devaluate your presence. So that's something you don't want to do at all. So something else that he's gonna start doing is also that the way you can trigger obsession, okay, is by thinking that you're using detachment to test a man. So you're using that to test him and test the way he actually is going to behave around you. So, for example, men will try to test your emotional availability by withdrawing and detaching. And often, what my clients used to do and what they still do is that they mistakenly try to fill that void. So they will try to fill the void that she's feeling. So, say, for example, he detaches and it goes away, stops texting. Once she feels she has to do it, she has to text him and also ask for explanation on why he's gone away or why he's actually not available anymore. So if you do that, you will find out that is testing you, and he's still going to go away from you. So he's going to try to take a step further from you. So it doesn't work. So if you want to trigger a man's obsession, you want to make him obsessed with you, well, sure thing, you have to learn that when he detaches from you, so he's getting detached from you, you have to detach yourself too. You want to go no contact too. You don't want to be completely available to him and trying to fill the void. So the main mistake I see women do is they try to fill the void, and that is not what you should be doing. So if you respond with neediness, you're just confirming that. So you're not going to trigger a man's obsession by responding with neediness or showing him that you really care and that you want to know why he's detached or why he's trying to stay away from you. So this kind of behavior often just it comes from childhood wounds often. It just comes from the way someone actually grew up. Like, for example, if I had a father or a mother that was pretty much detached from me, especially if a guy has had a mother that was, leaving him alone, not taking care of him, he will be responding so good to detachment because that's the way he was loved when he was young. So you can actually replicate the love a guy has received when he was young in order to manipulate him and also to make him fall in love with you, which is pretty simple. So it's also going to allow you to create a stable relationship, like replicating the things he had in his younger life is going to allow you to read his emotions, so read exactly what he's feeling, read and know what's going to happen. So you have to keep in mind that nowadays, like 90% of men, they all respond to detachment. So you cannot be thinking that maybe detaching from a guy is going to make him go away, because 9 times out of 10 is going to increase the feeling and the sensation is going to have to want to stay with you. Okay? So another very important thing is that also, if you want a man to fully love you, you should not be attached to the outcome of the relationship, because on the end of it, the relationship has no really outcome, has never had any outcome. A lot of women, they actually try to go on with their life thinking that the relationship is going to have an end or some kind of an outcome, and that outcome is not gonna work at all, and it's just not gonna bring any results. Like, for example, an outcome is like, oh, this relationship, we have to have kids, then we have to get married, then we have to buy a home. Whatever it is, you don't want to have any outcome attached to a relationship, because if you do and you attach outcomes to a relationship, you will not be able to show detachment and you will feel your neediness. Also, when you're dating a guy, getting into a relationship, if he feels you're attached to an outcome, he will sense that and he will be sure of you. He will make sure he has the power over you and he will try to use you. He's not gonna be willing to invest in you if he senses that you're needy, okay? So, one more thing we have to talk about is the way you can show detachment and the way you can use that in a non-verbal way. So when we're talking about the body language, your tone of voice should be neutral. If a man sees your voice is highly pitched, like it goes like this, pretty high voice, then he's gonna start thinking that you're very interested in him. But if you keep your voice neutral, as I'm talking right now, that's going to allow you to show him non-attachment. Also, the non-verbal cues, like for example, the leaning back on a chair, or basically just not staying close to him, like you don't want to show him that you're very close to him or you want to stay close to him, but pulling away from him and then getting back closer to him is going to allow you to show him that you don't really care and you can be detached from him. So as for now, you know exactly how to use detachment and why it triggers a man's obsession. So the first thing is that, so if there is only one thing you want to take from this video, is that when you are detaching from a guy, this is what happens in his mind. And you want to remember this. You want to remind yourself this, because women come to my, in my consultations in Italy also, and then they say, well, if I don't do this, then maybe it's gonna go away. I mean, if I detach, I'm gonna lose him. But it's not what happens. Because what happens to a guy when you're detaching is he starts feeling insecure, he starts paying more attention to you, and he's going to try to regain your approval. So he will try to get back with you and to get, a validation of your feelings towards him.